Hello, this is CBC Windsor News. I'm Acton Clarkin. The Windsor Police Service wants a bump to its budget. It's requesting millions of more dollars. As Jason Vio reports, we'll know soon whether or not that extra money will come through.
Windsor Police Administration is looking for $122 million for next year. That's an increase of 4.16% over this year's budget, and the increases are largely linked to wages based on collective agreements with the union. That amounts to $2.2 million of the increase, and they're planning for an additional $1 million in overtime, as they say they can't always predict that cost. Now, all of this comes at a time when the mayor has publicly asked city administration to look at a 0% tax increase at the city.
And in terms of keeping the budget at zero, it's challenging. It's very challenging in an environment where your wages represent 80%. You're hearing from police organizations across Ontario in terms of the escalating cost for budgets. It was not a surprise. So operating and capital comes in at about $122 million. That's what it costs to keep our community safe.
Police Board Chair Joanne Gignac says local officials will continue to express concerns to the provincial government about increasing local policing costs. In addition to the increase request for next year, Windsor Police is currently dealing with a $1.8 million budget deficit this year. They say that's largely around labor costs such as overtime, but also includes costs related to WSIB and external legal matters.
We're looking at a number of things in the legal portions of them that are present in the budget. And is there any way that we can look at achieving some savings?
Now that the board has passed the police administration's budget, it will now head to council on Monday for debate and final approval. Jason Vio, CBC News, Windsor.
You know that phrase, one person's trash is another's treasure? Well, our Jacob Barker caught up with some budding entrepreneurs who are living out that motto.
Show them. So these are like the cookies. Hi there, my name is Amal Jose. I'm the project manager for 100% Fish, a project that is powered by Enactus and Glear Labs. We're here to utilize fish waste from Lake Erie and make products for the society to use. There's a private fish company that is fishing out of Lake Erie, and they bring in about 6 million fish, and they utilize about 60%, and about 35 to 40% of the remainder is going to waste. Now this is high protein, high nutrient waste that's just getting lost in the environment. So we want to try and utilize that and make products that can be used for the benefit of the community.
So my name is Razan Hamoud. I am the lead for biology for 100% Fish. So we take it in here, we let them thaw, we weigh them, we'll put it in the pressure cooker, and then we put it in the food processor, and then we put the other ingredients, which is pumpkin, oat flour, and other things. And then from there, we'll roll it, and we use the cookie cutter, and that's how we make our biscuits.
What do dogs think of it?
We haven't tested it on dogs yet because we still want to make sure it's completely safe. We don't want to harm any dog or hurt anyone, but hopefully very soon we will be able to.
For every dog treat we sell, we want to give one to the Humane Society, so we're going to be beginning that partnership hopefully soon in talks and figuring out the logistics for that.
That's also a big point of Enactus, is always giving back to our community and helping.
Let's get a quick weather update now. Khalil Hassan Ali is here. Khalil, come on, is it good news?
It is pretty good news, let's say, in terms of the sunshine that we're going to experience, Acton. It won't be as warm as we got today, but it is going to be pretty nice in terms of the next couple of days and blue sky. So once again, we got up to a high of 11 degrees in the city of Windsor, and really all around the area we did get that as well. And we do have over the next little while a really gorgeous afternoon for us, and we're going to look at the Santa Claus parade that we're going to be experiencing in the city of Toronto if anyone's heading up there. That's going to be on Sunday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Should be a great time to get out. But I'm going to have more on the weather coming up in just a little bit. But it looks like we do have a gorgeous afternoon for us in the next little while. And it is going to be getting up to about 8 degrees tomorrow under a nice blue sky, Acton. And it's going to be sunshine, not only for Sunday as well, but also for Monday too.
Thanks so much. See you again soon.
Bye.
Workers at Windsor's Titan Tool and Die have been locked out for more than 100 days. On Windsor Morning, a York University professor weighed in on potential bad faith bargaining.
To me, when I read about what the response has been and how difficult bargaining has been, I think there's a strong case to be made there's bad faith bargaining going on here. You're not allowed to not come to the table. You're not allowed to have a bargaining position that is so outrageous that it may hide an intent to not get a deal. And I think that's something that the workers are worried about here. Is this an employer who really doesn't want a deal going forward, but is really looking to pave the way for an exit? And that's something that is of concern, and that's why the workers have been really adamant about blocking the removal of equipment from the plant.
CBC Marketplace analyzed new data showing about 500,000 Canadians left emergency departments before being seen by a doctor last year. ER physicians say it's a worrying trend that could mean patients are getting sicker at home. Chris Glover reports.
It was chaotic, it was loud.
When Susan Gordon went to Moncton Hospital ER with severe stomach pain in June, she waited hours. Even though she still hadn't seen a doctor, she decided to leave. Her pain intensified until eventually she collapsed and was rushed back to the ER.
She said it's your appendix. I needed to have surgery, and they were doing it immediately.
The health authority that runs the Moncton Hospital ER tells us it doesn't want any patients to leave without being seen. Last year, 12% of New Brunswick ER patients, nearly 60,000 people, walked out without seeing a doctor. The provinces with the highest percentage of walkouts were Manitoba and PEI.
It's rare that a shift will go by where one of the patients I'll see isn't someone that was there yesterday or the day before and couldn't handle the wait and left. And now they come back and now they're that much sicker.
Hazel and GJ Vanderwerken's 16-year-old son Finley never left, but in February 2024 got sicker while waiting in Oakville, Ontario's ER.
He was having problems breathing and he was in so much pain, he was crying out.
Triaged at level 2, meaning his case was emergent. Guidelines say he should be seen by a doctor within 15 minutes, but he waited for 8 hours and 22 minutes. By then, Finley had sepsis, his body reacting to pneumonia, and ultimately, he died.
Do you think that his death was preventable?
Yes.
Yes.
The family is suing the hospital and its staff. Halton Healthcare denies negligence and says it's since added more doctors at peak periods. Experts say chronic understaffing across the country, a lack of family doctors, and hospitals at capacity are causing long wait times. Still not satisfied, the Vanderwerkens are calling on provincial governments to speed up emergency care.
It's our job now to use his voice to turn things around.
All provinces acknowledge ER wait times are too long, and they're trying to expand capacity, not just in hospitals, but also adding more primary care workers. Chris Glover, CBC News, Toronto.
Police say the number of smash and grab robberies is growing across the country. Joanna Remiliotis from the Fifth Estate has been tracking the details.
We're here. The team just went into the building. They're likely at the door now, I would assume, and they're about to execute the warrant.
When York Regional Police's hold-up unit executed a search warrant in Toronto, they didn't expect to find all this.
Hammers that they obviously splashed the displays with, shattered glass obviously from display cases as well.
A bag full of potential evidence. It wasn't the only surprising lead.
From people's jewelry.
I've been told that there's one male adult inside and he's currently under arrest.
Okay. Police say the suspect in that cruiser is linked to several smash and grab robberies in Ontario. You might have seen videos of those brazen robberies. Police say they've spiked in the last 3 years. The Fifth Estate was able to identify at least 60 cases in Ontario this year alone. Jerry Serrani's store has been targeted 3 times in 1 year.
You see the crime is getting bigger and bigger, getting more violent. So something has to happen. Something has to change.
You know, we've never seen the prevalence of young persons committing crimes at these levels, ever.
In Peel region west of Toronto, 40% of robbery suspects are young teens, in many cases recruited by adults who tell them they'll face less severe consequences if they get caught. Once out on bail, police say the minors often go on to reoffend.
If you look at the numbers don't lie. We're not, the deterrent isn't there. So the messaging isn't there, and these repeat offenders and this cycle of violence that's occurring, it has to stop.
There's a lot of emotion behind it. For him, I think.
This mother told us an adult baited her 16-year-old son, who was accused of being involved in multiple smash and grabs. To protect his identity under the law, we can't show you who she is.
It's also really pathetic to use a child for financial gain. It's pretty sickening.
Those dangerous influences are still out there, and why she made a tough decision to not bail her son out, because she believes he's safer in custody. Joanna Rumiliotis, CBC News, Toronto.
Rolling Stones memorabilia from the band's private collection, it's up for grabs. Almost 200 items head to auction in Dallas next month, expected to fetch more than $500,000. If you can't get no satisfaction there, well, where can you get it?
It is a collection of Rolling Stones memorabilia, stage-worn outfits, tickets, programs, autographs, instruments, you name it, tracing the history of the band from their formation in the early 1960s until they conquered the world by the end of the decade. The leading lot in the sale is Brian Jones's Harmony Stratotone guitar that he acquired in the early 1960s. It was his first electric guitar. What's fascinating about this guitar, it is a budget guitar. This is not a high-end instrument. This is what somebody working class in the early 60s would have been able to afford. So it's a very humble, modest instrument. I think one of the coolest pieces of music memorabilia isn't an album at all, but rather an album sleeve. It's a 12-inch record that simply says "We Love You" with the band's names written on it. And this would have been sort of, we think, a prototype predecessor to their Satanic Majesty's Request album. It's named after their single, "We Love You." And we think this was one of the early sort of mock-up covers for an album that ultimately never came to be. Over the course of less than a decade, they go from being one of 1,000 other aspiring rhythm and blues, rock and roll bands in London to being on top of the world. I think watching that story unfold through these objects is very interesting.
You know about the CP Holiday Train?
Yes, it's such a beautiful train that comes in every year, sort of the start of Christmas.
Who's the musical guest for the CP Holiday Train this year?
Smash Mouth?
So I'm asking people what's their favorite Smash Mouth song, if they know one, and then asking them if they can sing a little bit of it for me. So can you?
Somebody once told me the world was gonna roll me, and I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
Have you heard of the CP Holiday Train that rolls through Windsor this time of year every year?
Yes, my mother was just talking about it the other day. She was saying that we should go and see it.
Do you know who the band is this year?
Well, I can only assume that it's Smash Mouth.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play.
Hey now, you're a rock star. Get your game on, go play. And that's like all I can remember from it.
So do you know any Smash Mouth songs?
Yes. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go. Uh-oh.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Do you know what band is headlining the CP Holiday Train this year?
Smash Mouth. It ain't no joke, I'd like to buy the world a token, teach the world to sing in perfect harmony.
And teach the world to snuff the fires and the lawyers.
You've owned Dr. Disc on Olette Avenue for many years. How long?
Since 01.
Since 01, so that's around the time Smash Mouth was big. Do you sell a lot of Smash Mouth CDs here?
No, we don't. Once in a while.
What's their big hit?
Something about them walking on the sun or something.
Can you say it, sing it a little for me?
Really?
Might as well be walking on the sun.
How does it go? Like,
might as well be walking on the sun.
Yeah.
The CP Holiday Train pulls into our area on Saturday. Still ahead, the latest on the Prime Minister's overseas trip Those details. Prime Minister has touched down in South Africa for the G20 summit. Mark Carney is set to meet with several world leaders over the weekend, but delegates from one major country won't be there. Ashley Burke is in Johannesburg with more.
The Prime Minister arriving in Johannesburg for a summit that's supposed to be with leaders representing 2/3 of the world's population. But this year, the biggest economy won't be there. Donald Trump's boycotting the G20.
The United States is not participating in official talks.
Death, death, death.
In May, Trump confronted South Africa's president with false claims of genocide against white South African farmers, and later called it a disgrace it's hosting the G20.
Because what's happened there is bad. I'm not going. I told him I'm not going. I'm not going to represent our country there.
But the summit's going ahead without Trump. And on the heels of Carney's visit to the UAE, he's aiming to continue diversifying trade away from the U.S.
Canadians have become united in the face of the fundamental change in U.S. trade policy.
Carney made his pitch to business leaders about why he says they should invest in Canada.
One of the things, the many strengths of the UAE that Canada shares, is offering investors the certainty that they deserve.
The UAE is now promising to invest more than $90 billion into Canada's economy, with $23 billion for specific projects. Carney's now taking his pitch to other countries on the sidelines of the G20. Trump not being there removes a big center of attention.
If part of the goal for Mark Carney at this summit is to have meetings with key countries that Canada is trying to deepen its trade partnerships with, like South Korea, like Indonesia, India, and others, then Trump's absence may, in some ways, actually create some space for that.
Carney is expected to hold bilateral meetings on Saturday with the leaders of France, the EU, UK, Germany, and Norway, then meet with India's Prime Minister on Sunday. Ashley Burke, CBC News, Johannesburg.
Violence is surging in the West Bank. Officials say 2 Palestinian teens were killed by Israeli forces near Ramallah overnight. It comes after Israel says Palestinian attackers killed an Israeli man and injured 3 others in a stabbing and car ramming attack earlier this week. Tom Perry reports.
The aftermath of a surprise attack. The charred remains of delivery vans at a dairy in the occupied West Bank, the vehicles set alight by a mob of masked Israeli settlers. Mohammed Zabadeh works here. On the day of the attack, he saw workers running. When he saw the settlers, he says, he made sure the doors were locked and employees inside. This attack part of a surge in settler violence, targeting homes, vehicles, a mosque, even a Reuters news crew covering the annual olive harvest, a frequent flashpoint. In the town of Sinjar, where the Palestinian Health Ministry says settlers killed 2 men, including a Palestinian American, in July, homes have been attacked and car windows smashed. The town sits behind a high metal fence. Israeli officials say it's to protect a nearby highway from Palestinians throwing rocks and attacking vehicles. Though people here say all it's done is cut them off from their land. Walid Naim Fakah used to grow food on the far side of the fence. Now he worries what will happen if he's caught there by settlers or the army.
The situation in Sinjar is very dangerous.
The town's mayor doesn't believe Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who has condemned the recent violence and called on authorities to go after the perpetrators.
No, that's not true. Benjamin Netanyahu, with his team, they protect them.
Human rights groups and the UN say Israeli authorities have often turned a blind eye to attacks or supported them. Palestinians say so far they see no reason to believe that will change. Tom Perry, CBC News, Sinjar in the occupied West.
Still ahead, we'll fill you in on your weekend forecast. This will be my first full weekend in Windsor, so I hope it's a good one. Stay with us. Khalil, you're back tracking the weekend weather. And I got to say, this is my first weekend, full weekend in Windsor. So I hope we're dealing with something good.
Do you have a sunshine song, a song that makes you feel good off the top of your head?
I guess I need one.
You do need one very fast because it's going to be a gorgeous weekend in the city of Windsor. We do have lots of sunshine and we are going to be experiencing that for the next couple of days, not only through Sunday, but also into Monday. It is going to be cool through the overnights, but I think we'll take that in terms of having beautiful days, but it gets cold overnight. We'll take it. Temperatures right around the freezing mark. And then getting in towards Tuesday and Wednesday, there could be some rain back in the forecast, but we have a long time to get there, and we do have a lot of chances that it could change also. Current temperatures in the city of Windsor, 8 degrees, a little bit cooler if you're going up towards Sarnia and Goderich right now. Kitchener sitting at 4, but overall we did have a really warm day. Comparing that with the rest of the country, it was 8 degrees. Right now, that's the temperature. We're looking at 1 degree in Halifax, Fredericton, all around the Maritimes. Very, very cold through Winnipeg at the freezing mark and Saskatoon as well. Victoria looks to be pretty nice, sitting above the double digits mark. In terms of that rain, any of that is going to be further south of us. So it's going to clear out very nicely, and we're looking at no real cloud cover over the city of Windsor overall. So gorgeous afternoon, not only going into towards tomorrow and also in towards Sunday as well. So just a gorgeous weekend to get out and do anything that you might want to do. Where there is going to be something that you do need to take into account, it is going to be a little bit of wind. Not through the daytime tomorrow. It's clearing out pretty nice. Looking at just wind gusts of 4, that's pretty much nothing, but it is going to be picking up as we go through Saturday night and in towards Sunday morning. You see wind gusts over 50 kilometers an hour at 7 o'clock on Sunday morning. And that's going to be part of the picture for your Sunday. -2 is the overnight under a clear sky. We do have a little bit of a chance of some rain and snow mix up towards London. And that's going to continue through the day tomorrow up towards London. There's going to be a change in the weather, but looking at gorgeous sunshine for the city of Windsor and a high of 8 degrees. And we're looking at 9 degrees, even better on Sunday, 9 degrees on Monday, 11 degrees on Tuesday. Acton, we do have a chance of some rain coming down, but as I mentioned, there could be a little bit of a change with that too. So looking at a good outlook, have you had a chance to think of a song yet?
Well, viewers, if you think of one and you know one for me, send me your sunshine song. Thanks, Khalil.
No problem.
That's our show. Thanks for watching, folks, and we'll see you next time.